Hey, so my name's Andrew Kirby, I'm 22 years old, and this tweetstorm helped me earn over $1 million online, and it added so much value to me that I wanted to talk about it with you. Basically, Naval Ravikant put out a tweetstorm, a bunch of tweets about the principles that turned him into a multimillionaire. I read and digested these principles, applied them in my own life, and got some pretty good results. The tweetstorm basically says that if you want to get wealthy, you need three things. You need leverage, you need specific knowledge, and you need accountability. And if you're not wealthy, it's because you're missing one of these three things. So I'm going to explain each of them, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to summarize it all into 2 words and then give you some links to some resources where you can learn more and actually implement some of this stuff so that you can build wealth too. So the first concept is leverage. Now, Naval says that this is so important that it's no longer rich versus poor or white collar versus blue collar. It's now leverage versus unleveraged.
We live in an age of infinite leverage. What I mean by that is that your actions can be multiplied 1,000-fold, either by broadcasting at a podcast, or by investing capital, or by having people work for you, or by writing code.
Archimedes said, if you give me a lever long enough and a place to stand, I can move the earth. And a lever is basically how you can use tools to create 10x, 100x, even 1,000x, or 1,000,000x the amount of results you're getting in your life that you could do without the tools. For example, I could sit here and I could talk to you in real life for 20 minutes and I would be reaching one person with my 20 minutes. Or I can sit in front of this camera, act like a bit of a weirdo, and that same 20 minutes that I spend can reach millions of people potentially, like some of my other videos have done. So by using the tool of a camera and content and the internet, I'm able to be thousands of times more leveraged than I was before these tools. And what most people don't understand is that thanks to the internet, we have access to so many more tools than we did previously. And the best thing about all of these things is that it's permissionless. So there's many different types of leverage. You can have money, which you can use to earn more money, or you can hire people and you can use their time to earn you more money. But the best types of leverage are permissionless. The thing is with money is you need other people to give you the money. And the thing is with other people, you have to get their permission to work for you. Whereas code and content, you don't need any permission for. Now, I didn't know how to code, so I created content. And the best thing was, I could literally use the phone in my pocket for the first 10, 20 videos that I ever made, and I could upload them to YouTube for free. Completely permissionless leverage. What leverage lets you do is divorce your time from your money. If you're trading your time for money, even if you're an accountant or a doctor, you're never going to build true wealth. It's just not scalable. The second thing that you need is specific knowledge. This is the brains. So Naval summarized all of this and says, if you want to get wealthy, you need to learn how to give society what it wants, but doesn't know how to get yet at scale. So the at scale section is leverage, which we've talked about. And specific knowledge is the knowledge that lets you give society what it wants, but doesn't know how to get. And you get specific knowledge by following your passion and following your curiosity, not by following what's ever hot or whatever's trending at the moment. There's always some business model. Maybe it's NFTs or some space and crypto, or maybe it's AI that's trending or hot at the moment. But the problem is, if I can make a logical argument to you why something's hot or trending, it's too late, because millions of other people will have that same logical argument. So if you want to get specific knowledge that's unique and is rare and is low supply, then you need to follow your curiosity. In fact, you need to be irrationally passionate. If you're rationally passionate, there's going to be tons of competition. If there's tons of competition, it's going to drive prices down. So you can actually escape competition by being authentic, by just being yourself, by following the things that you love doing. And the internet has actually massively broadened the possible scope of careers. The internet has connected you with 4.66 billion people across this planet. And what that's meant is that the amount of different problems you can solve, the amount of different ways you can add value to people, the amount of different careers that you can have is hundreds of times bigger than most people currently recognize. And the incredible thing is, what that means is you no longer have to spend so much energy changing yourself to fit your job. You can just spend more energy finding the job that fits you perfectly. You can now double down and triple down and quadruple down on the things that you're already good at, incredible at, and find a unique career that's almost like it was perfectly made for you, when in reality it wasn't. There's just so many more careers that you can choose the one that fits you really well. And this specific knowledge isn't something you can be trained for. The most valuable knowledge on this earth isn't taught in a lecture hall. Because if it is taught in a lecture hall, it can be taught to hundreds of other people, millions of other people, which means you're only going to get paid minimum wage or you're going to be replaced. And the third thing you need to build wealth is accountability. Accountability is putting your name on the work that you do. And basically what this means is that when things go badly, your head's on the chopping block. You're the one that's getting the blame. But when things go well, you get all of the upside. You get all of the credibility. The absolute opposite of this is working for a massive, faceless corporation where you work every day, but nobody knows that it's you that's adding the value. You have zero accountability whatsoever. So by building this YouTube channel, I was able to get leverage. And by following my passion and following my curiosity, I was able to develop specific knowledge. The things that I found myself curious about was productivity and procrastination and how technology can affect our brains. And by making the YouTube channel my name, Andrew Kirby, I was able to build accountability. And as soon as I started to get a little bit of leverage, a little bit of specific knowledge, and a little bit of accountability, things started to click. By no means am I the most leverage or the person with the most specific knowledge or the most accountability. But when I started to get just a little bit of these three things started to shift. People started reaching out to me. People started asking for my help. People were willing to pay me for my advice. And even MrBeast reached out to me and paid me for my help. As soon as you get a little bit of these three things start to click. And actually, you can summarize all of these things in 2 words. Productize yourself. Productize has leverage because you're able to repeat it multiple times. Productize has specific knowledge, and yourself has accountability. So productize yourself has leverage, specific knowledge, and accountability, which is what you need in order to build wealth. If you can productize yourself, you can build wealth. And in the description below, I'm going to have a ton of resources where you can dive deeper into all of these things, the original tweetstorm, as well as a full catalog of all of Naval's ideas, everything he's ever said. I've transcribed every word he's ever said and put it into a searchable database. There's a download link in the description below and further reading and all of that stuff below. I want to say thank you to Naval for this tweetstorm and thank you to everyone who's helped me along the way. I know I'm nowhere near the end of my journey, but I've learned a few things and I hope that this video has helped you just a little bit.